Hey guys, it's Liana from BlurrFilms, and I might be a little late for this video, but I have good news. I graduated with my AA. Officially, unofficially. Well, I still have to wait for it because it's coming in the mail, but I am done. Today was my last class, and I'm done. I am done! Cool. So I've been spending like my 15 minutes after coming home from school just celebrating, celebrating with my cat hat. And also, if you're wondering, why I'm wearing a sweater, it is 40 degrees here. Well, not 40 degrees, it was 40 degrees like this morning here in South Florida. And right now it's still kind of like cold, but it's not that bad. But anyways, this video is gonna be what I was supposed to do last week. So I'm gonna be talking about the pros and cons of an insulin pump. So I wrote some things down just so I don't ramble on for too much. Also, there's a little bit of feedback of some pros and cons of syringes as well, kind of here and there. Anyways, now let's start off with positivity, like pros. Okay, so one thing about the pump, of course, is that you don't have to do multiple shots a day. Like I said, I do 4 to 5 shots a day. I forget about the nightly shot I have to do. And it's really time consuming. That's the con of using a syringe to decide. It's very time consuming. Stop everything you're doing and have to do that right after you eat or before you eat. But continuing on with the pros is the ability to eat more and not feel so limited. With syringes, I usually try to get everything done in one meal for my one shot for each meal I do. So, I mean, sometimes I might do it after because it's kind of easier that way, but sometimes I might do it before because my blood sugar might be high and it needs more time to go down. But yeah, you kind of have to work with that, for each and every meal. Like, decide what you want to do. If I decide to eat a lot and I already took my shot, then I have to do another shot. If I eat too little, then I have to find some type of substitution. Or the carbs I did not eat. And moving on with I guess these pros and cons are kind of just comparing and contrasting. But moving on to the next pro. Oh yeah, one thing about feeling limited, another thing about feeling limited with syringes is that I can't really, or for me personally, I can't really even have that many snacks. Again, I try to do everything in just one meal for my one shot, like for each meal I do for each shot, basically. So my blood sugar just spikes from no matter how much, how little I eat. I eat like 10 grams of carbs and my blood sugar is just through the freaking roof for whatever reason. My nightly shot probably just doesn't cover my in-between meals, which I can't really have anymore, personally, because I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, anyways, moving on to the next pro is that even though, this is like a pro and con, even though you might have limited areas to do the pump in, like I had very limited areas because I didn't want to I never did my arms at all, and I never did my back fat, like my lower back fat. I just thought that would be too uncomfortable because I don't know how it'd be sleeping, or I just felt like it'd probably get caught in something, and I felt like it would be too painful to do it in either. Probably be less painful for my arms because I have a lot of fatty areas in my arms. But as for my back and just that was a no-go. I've never done those two areas, so yeah. But the pro for the pump was that it's a lot less time consuming, which I already mentioned. I'm just going off based of what I wrote, but, you know, me talking about it now, well, it makes more sense with what I'm saying versus what I wrote down. And let's see the cons, because that's all I wrote for the pros. One con that really annoyed me about an insulin pump was having to change it every 3 days, and you know, you had to do it for important reasons, but it was very frustrating because 3 days just flew by like nothing. Like, I would put it on, and then it felt like I only had it for like 1 day or something, and it sucked. It really, really sucked. Leading to another con was the damage to my skin that happened over the years since I've had it for 4 years. I have a lot of scarring on my thighs and my belly, and I hate it. I used to, well, I still kind of just look at myself and I'm just like, ew. Ew, I look gross. But, I mean, that's really occasional. I mean, maybe I'll get better about it. It's starting to heal more now that I'm not using the pump. But I still don't like the changes that happen to me just because of this disease. It's a little depressing for me. Like, my mom always talked about having like flawless skin ever since I was young, whatever, not to do certain things, not to be like stupid and cause myself injury and all that, but well, here I am. So the next con, I know that's got really depressing, but I'm not that like self-conscious about it. It's a personal, public thing, since I'm talking about it. Anyways, the next con is on your side 24/7, literally 24/7, except for when you have contact with water, like when you shower or go in the pool or something like that. And that can be very annoying, because, you know, sometimes you don't even realize it's there, and then when you're squeezing through somewhere, like, it just bumps into like a drawer or something, like any random thing that you can just squeeze through. And, you know, over the years I caused a lot of scratches to the screen of my pump from bumping into so many things. And, you know, obviously it can interfere with other stuff, like if you're hugging someone, because you don't ever want to get the tubing caught on anything. Like, on anyone or anything, and even yourself, because sometimes, like, when I just didn't wrap it around properly around my clip, like, I would just be swinging my arm and all of a sudden I would pull it and it would be pretty painful. pretty painful. There was actually one time where I pulled it completely out, and that was horrible. I bled, of course. I was really mad, because I think that was like my second, or maybe even my first day I had it in. I'm not really sure. Maybe that happened more than once, because I'm kind of thinking about 2 different times right now. It really sucked. Anyways. Oh yeah, wow, one of the things I wrote was, it's not waterproof. Yeah. The one I had wasn't waterproof, and I'm pretty sure most of them are not waterproof. But I'm also pretty sure that there's probably some out there that are waterproof, if you really enjoy swimming or water contact a lot. So another con is adjusting your clothes. That was another very annoying thing for me personally, because I could not wear high-waisted shorts for my life, or high-waist anything, because eventually, since it's not really like secured around my waist like that, it kind of would just like slip down, or just make my pants go all the way down to my actual, where my waist is. And so obviously that's not high waist, that's just a regular waist at that point. Like a high-waisted turned into a regular waisted pants. So I couldn't really rock those. I had to wear shorts under everything, like dresses or rompers, because I needed keep my thing clipped to me 24/7. Obviously, those things are not really a big deal because, you know, you get the benefits of, you know, using a pump. Being able to do, like, give yourself insulin practically anytime. Well, yeah, anytime you want. For whatever you eat, you know? I might be, like, stuttering and kind of out of breath, but I kind of just overdid my celebration. My little mini celebration for finishing school. But I'm composing myself right now. So, also, you know, for both syringes and a pump, there's always a possibility of bleeding. It can be a lot, or it can be very, very little, but yeah, for either one, possibility of bleeding is possible. Very, very possible. If you don't really know what you're doing, or even if you do know what you're doing. Let me just say this, the only pro for syringes really is the freedom of not having it attached to you 24/7, you know, the opposite of all these cons, except for changing it every 3 days, because, you know, you just have to do daily injections with syringes. Another pro was being able to use a little bit more, like little more areas. For the arms, it's still pretty hard to do, and obviously the back is still hard to do. I've never done my back at all, but I can do my arms for syringes, kind of just like the front of it, but the back of it is very hard for me to do, because I've read that you can just use a chair to, like, get your fat properly to just inject it. But obviously, you know, it's a very strange position to just be able to do that. Like it's really weird. I bruised myself from doing that once because, like, I kind of realized last minute, and I was kind of stupid about this. After, like, I had it on the couch and everything, I had my arm on the couch and everything, I gave myself a shot, and I was just like, wait, even if I wait, you know, 10-15 seconds I need to for the insulin to spread out, if I take it out, it's probably gonna bleed, just because I have pressure on my arm because of the couch. So, I mean, that actually happens. Even though I waited. It bled. So to be able to give yourself insulin and then take your arm off at the same time, or like after, whatever, is pretty kind of hard to do. Because you don't really want to move that much when you give yourself a shot. So it's probably just best if someone you trust, does it for you. Personally, I probably need someone to do that for me. So, I know this video is very long, but I'm glad I got to talk about this, kinda. I mean, if you have more pros and cons that you can think of that I did not get, because this is all what I had, or all that I thought of for myself. But if you have your own pros and cons of how you feel about the pump and syringes, you know, go ahead and share them with me in the comments below. And I'm still kind of talking a little bit weird. Feels like I'm still trying to catch my breath, but yeah. I know it got a little bit depressing, but you know, I assure you, I am fine. I am perfectly fine. Again, I'm sorry this video is pretty long, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm pretty happy, you know. I'm done with school, and I enjoy I enjoy sharing my experience about this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All uploaded at noon Eastern Standard Time. Boy!